Palestine is doing what it's doing. However, I still call the Israeli actions absolutely abhorrent and genocidal.
Okay, we're going to come to Israel's actions, I promise you. We will ask that question specifically. But in terms of what Hamas did on October the 7th, do you accept that was an act of terrorism?
It's an interesting question because...
It's not really.
It is.
It's
no,
a very straightforward
because
question.
you're the person who would have called Nelson Mandela a terrorist while he was still in jail. And one person's terrorist is another person's freedom fighter.
I wouldn't
For me
have
to
called
answer the question, yes, you would have.
Big lie. Big lie. Stinking liar. Piers Morgan. Stinking liar. So here's the thing. One of the things he was attacking many of the pro-Palestinian voices that came on his show is that the UK designates them as a terrorist group. And based on that, if you don't say that, then you should be either like he did with the doctor, the South Asian doctor, I don't know if he's Indian or Pakistani, when he started making a case like he should lose his license and be kicked out for not calling them terrorists. And one of the main excuses he was giving is that they are officially designated by the UK government as terrorists. So this is absurd that he's saying, I won't do that. And yes, Nelson Mandela was, for the longest time, he was designated as a terrorist. And until the West, through the pressure of the BDS movement, which is related to the South African apartheid, until then, they finally decided to stop calling him that. And he became president, and surprise, surprise, all of a sudden he's not anymore, and they make statues of him and whatnot. Because they're hypocrites. That's what they are. Hypocrites. And I'll add to that, self-projecting hypocrites, because everything they accuse their victims in the third world of, they are victims of. We're talking here about nations that have pirated the world, and they have very powerful media, and they keep trying to brainwash the youth of their victims in order to try to make themselves look better. It's just absurd. And Israel is an extension of those powers. Israel is a forward base, militarily speaking. It's a forward base and a prison warden for the whole region. Because if anyone knows basic history, this region is made up of made-up countries.